Tell you what, I've known Alana a long time, and I'm Jason Flemyng, and I'm an actor.
Everyone has horror stories, so what's the worst audition you've ever had?
Oh man, I've had some stinkers. But the lucky thing is, it's like I've had auditions, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky to get in the room, I know that. But I've had some real stinkers, like, because you know what it's like, guys, we're like, I think I could do that, you know. I really think I could do this. And it was, who was, what's the, Kathy, not Pride and Prejudice, the one with the really dark, handsome guy, who, Wuthering Heights. Ray Fiennes got it in the end. It was just between me and him. But he's black-haired and, you know, swarthy, kind of gypsy-like, and I was ginger, white-skinned, and I was like, no, I could do this. And it was at Universal, and I was really young. It was a great director, a cast director called Patsy Pollock, who no longer cast. And I dyed my hair black for the audition. And it was a glass office, and it was an open plan office, and on the wall over there was a picture of Marlon Brando in The Godfather. I remember it was the size of that door. And it was a glass office, and I sat there and went, I can do this, and I worked so hard on it, and I had a white shirt on, and Patsy went, okay, Jason, if you'd just like to do the scene, and I went, Kathy! And I sort of pushed my head back and hit the glass, and bit my lip, and started bleeding. And it was a much smaller room than this, and they were all like that. And I was going, Kathy! I was on the hills, the winds were blowing, I was on the hills, I was going ballistic, and I finished and went, like blood all down my chin. And they were all like that. And Patsy Pollock phoned and said, Jason, thanks very much for that, and if they ever do Wuthering Heights, the musical, they'll be it's like devastating. The other one was The Great White Hope, which was a boxing movie. I'm skinny, look at my wrists. Great White Hope, was an amazing American boxer. I've forgotten his name. And the audition, they said, well, strip to the waist and shadow box the camera. So I went, yeah, fine, I'll do that. So I took all my clothes, took all my shirt off and stuff, and started going, and it was winter, and I had a cold, and I was going, and I went, and I had nothing on, so I just started smearing it all over myself. And I just like smeared snot all over myself. And she was going, and I carried on, you know, because I was passionate. I thought, well, boxers have snot, it's fine. But that's just two of my worst screen tests all the time. So.
In terms of America, do you think that if you've not got any professional work here, it's naive to just go over there?
No, they don't give a shit over there. How much professional? Unless you're Jude Law, we're all the same. Literally, we're all the same. It doesn't make any difference. Unless you've got like an Oscar, or you're nominated for something, or you're Jude, or it doesn't make any difference. Because none of us are worth anything to them. You know, if you're right, they'll cast you. That's the great thing about the States. That's the real lure. That's the danger of it. Because you've got as much chance of getting cast as we're kind of a different type, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any difference to them. So it's not, if you've got the time and the money, and you want it that much, it's work going to the States, no doubt about it. And everyone that goes, you come back, you know, you go for a month, 2 months, you come back skin, you go again. Jason Isaacs took 10 years. Jason Isaacs went every year for 10 years. Every year for 10 years with nothing. Every meeting you do, you meet someone, same as here, you know. But in the States, you do get in the door, you know. It's just the 600 of you getting through the door.
What do you think the main differences and similarities are between the industry here and the industry there, working?
We've got a couple of American comrades here. They'll be able to tell you better than me. But basically, in a nutshell, there's more opportunity in America. They're less judgmental in America. But there's a lot more bullshit. There's a lot more projects. It's a huge sacrifice. You're from here. You're going to leave here. You're going to leave your family. You're going to leave boyfriend or girlfriend, and you're going to go and try it on your jacks. And it's tough. It's really tough. You're going to live. It's really, really tough there because you know the way here, especially because we're talking about Hollywood. We're talking about Los Angeles. You know, and here you can live quite happily and quite sort of comfortably. On a lowish budget, and you're surrounded by people who are living the same way and trying to do the same thing. It's a sacrifice that, for me, this is me going to psychology a little bit. What life is about happiness, a level of happiness that gets you through each day and gets you through your life and makes your life a life worth living. that happiness is as much as the confidence I tell you to protect. That happiness is something you have to protect. You know, if you're prepared to sacrifice that to go and live in the States on your jacks, it's a big thing. Because it's we're only as good as the people around us, and if there are people around here who love you, maybe one, maybe three, if you're lucky, then that's very special, and that's a lot to risk. And of course they'll be here when you come back, but to be in the States on your jacks, surrounded by people who will clamber over you, as they will here, but they'll just do it more honestly in the States. You know, it's a tough environment, but there are more opportunities, and there is more work, and you have got a good chance. There is a chance, not a good chance, but there is definitely a chance of making it there, or at least making a living. I mean, if we look at every single American TV show, I mean, they must be going bananas. Every single one of them, every successful American TV show is populated with English actors doing American accents. They must get so cross. So when things were good, I kind of realised that slight tepid heat would mean that I could get into voiceovers, that people were interested in me for voiceovers, that I could do make some contacts with corporate video filmmakers and stuff, and do documentary voiceovers, that sort of stuff. So that was a door which opened briefly when we did Lock, Stock, because you guys are much younger than me, but when we did Lock, Stock, it was like it didn't just affect the film, it affected fashion, and it affected advertising. You know, there was all that. Suddenly they wanted people to go. You know, what was one of the voiceovers I did? Things like no can goo, no can do. The new Renault Kangoo. You know, that sort of, Lock, Stockish, sort of, all that kind of Lock, Stocky kind of talk, which Guy Ritchie created. They suddenly wanted to use in advertising, and none of the other boys were that interested, because they were all, being nominated as, best dressed man in Britain, and marrying Claudia Schiffer and Madonna, and Jason Statham was with Kelly Brook, and I thought, well, I know what I could do voiceovers. That would be my crowning glory. Thank you so much for coming on.